We're live on the campus of Fairfield Warde High School, braving through every possible difficulty you could have in a situation like this. First of two blockbuster girls and boys basketball matchups tonight. It's the girls, and we start with the national anthem. And with that, we're ready for girls basketball from Fairfield Warde High School. Aiden Blank and Scott Torello. Scott, we're ready to go tonight as we take a listen into the starting lineups.
Junior, number 15, Laura Herring. Junior, number 10, Juliette Boucher. Junior, number 11, Emma Torello. Junior, number 13, Anna Holman. And senior, number 24, Ida Kochi. Ludlowe is coached by Sarah Kinsley. And now the starting lineup for your Fairfield Warde Mustangs. Sophomore, number 22, Maya Henry. Junior, number 11, Tegan Tully. Senior, number 35, Carolyn Mills. Senior, number 33, Alicia Henry. And senior, number 3, Tony Lembarski. The Warde is coached by David Danko, assisted by Steve McGill, Kathleen Regola, Ed Heidick, Johnny Mindy, Kim Newton, and Matt Lyon. The players and coaches of both teams appreciate your support and enthusiasm. Please remember the basic guidelines for good sportsmanship.
All right, we are ready to go tonight from Fairfield Warde High School. Scott Torello, Aiden Blank. Scott, this girls' game we haven't seen before. The boys' game we will talk about in a little bit. We did get to see that once already. This girls' game, these two teams seeing each other for the first time all season, and it always seems to come down to who can coach better in this rivalry, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does, Aiden, right? You have one really experienced coach. Coach Stanko's been at this a long time. Then you have Coach Kins, who, geez, she may seem like she just got here, but this is probably her fourth, fifth year now in this rivalry. And every year it probably gets a little easier for her, right? You get a little more comfortable with the pressure, with the crowd, with the expectations. This is a fun game for everyone involved.
The day after Super Bowl Sunday, we're ready for more basketball. It is a big week for Ludlowe. They really need to go 2-0 this week with a game against Warde today and a game against Darien Thursday, as Laura Herron will jump it for the Falcons. She will jump with Carolyn Mills. It is loose off the referee's elbow. Ludlowe gets first dibs on this Monday night. The boys to come at 6:45. More on that as we move along tonight. Bochy into the corner, which we can't really see too well. We're working through a lot of issues tonight as Juliette Boucher connects on her first three.
That's a great sign right there, Aiden. Early buckets going in. Love seeing that.
Earlier today, she said, I'm going to be the difference maker. So far, she looks like she might be. A long three to counter from Warde is off. Buescher pulls it.
Yeah, nice box out, too, by Juliet there.
How about that for a start for Fairfield Ludlowe? Here's Torello. Heron, palm it. The J is off, and the rebound is poked away by Mills.
Good shot, though, right there, Aiden. Nice little elbow jumper for Anna. 2 good possessions so far for Ludlowe.
It's brought up by Tony Limparski underneath. The runner goes, and Warde cuts the deficit to 1 as we are still just getting things warmed up.
Yeah, they're going to have to pay attention to Alicia tonight. Super talented, beautiful shot. She's very skilled.
Just getting things going on a Monday night. 6.5, a little more than that to play first quarter. And Torello from the elbow skips out. Pullman fighting for the loose ball. She got it. Can't quite get the jumper. Got another rebound. Here's Heron for 3. Off. But 2 missed shots. Yes, that's a minus, but the plus is Ludlow's rebounding so far has been right up there with Warde.
Yeah, absolutely. Crashing the boards early. Ooh, tough call right there, Aiden. You never want to foul a three-point shooter.
It should go against Bochy. It does. So she fouls the three-point shooter, which was Limparski, and she's going to go shoot 3 at the line. A great night of basketball that we are in store for. We're really looking forward to this game. Also looking forward to the boys' game as Limparski ties it from the line. And here comes a second from the senior captain, which she is off on. She'll shoot 1 more to give Warde the lead. You mentioned Warde's coached by Dave Danko. He's been here forever. Sarah Kinsley, the head coach for the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons in her 4th season. 2 of 3 from the line was Mills. That's not a great start from the line for Warde. Here's Bochy other way. Ludlowe trying to connect on 2 of their opening 3 possessions. Charging foul.
And called travel. Got into the traffic there, right? It's hard to penetrate through a zone, Aiden, right? So you gotta have to be patient, especially early.
The travel gets called on Torello, 6:03 to play, and we are tied at 3. These games are available for free tonight, kind of our gift to you to start off February. We would highly recommend that you consider an NFHS Network subscription, though, so you're able to watch all of our games. Here's Limparski, the end around, and finds an open Mills who can't get it. The rebound and the kick for 3. It's Henry who's off. 1 more, and Tully is off.
Yeah,
but she grabbed her own rebound.
You see the size of Warde paying dividends. Tully and Mills, both very long, Aiden.
Foul underneath. Fouling is something that Ludlowe really doesn't want to do a ton of today. As we see Callie Summers will check into this game. It was not a shooting foul. That's good.
No, they got Bochy. That's 2 early ones, though, on Ida.
As you mentioned, Kins' role is usually you're not playing in the first half if you pick up 2.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if that stays true here, right? We're only 2 minutes into the game.
She's a shooter, and Ludlow's come out shooting. Paulman underneath on the other end.
Beautiful fake right there, Aiden. Then a nice up and under.
You couldn't have drawn it up any better, 5-3. On the other end. Here's Henry. Over for Tully. Low block. Rolls out. Torello poked the rebound. Other direction. Heron all alone. And Ludlowe out to a 2-possession lead for the first time tonight.
Yeah, great fast break right there, Aiden. Head up. Laura shrieking down the left side of the court. Nice getting those easy baskets. One thing to keep in mind here, Aiden. Warde is missing Emily Johnson. She's hurt. So that going to play dividends on how Warde's stamina is tonight, right? If they're only going to play 5-6 girls, you know, the full court man-to-man press could wear them down as this game goes on.
Warde lost it. Tony Lemparski will inbound off the miss. Goes to Tully. They want to get out of that corner. Ludlow's going to start pressuring them. Here's Mills on Pullman. That's a very interesting matchup. Mills has the height, but Pullman has basically everything else. Underneath, wonderful feed across and back out to reset the possession. How about that?
Yeah, great defensive effort by Ludlowe right here, Aiden. Really swarming to the ball, double teaming and recovering. Beautiful right now. They are all over Warde.
Henry tried to split the double team. Foul got called against Callie. So a 4-point Ludlowe lead inside 4 minutes to play first quarter. And here's the inbound from Lemparski. Poked free to the hands of Summers.
Ooh, that was a push, Aiden. That's an and one.
It in.
They did not call that. She got pushed from behind. Great finish by Callie.
Despite the push, she gets Ludlowe a 6-point lead. This is a Ludlowe team that has now lost to Warde, well, a group of junior girls that has lost to Warde twice in a row. 2 games they really feel like they should have won, especially last year. They came in with a better record but couldn't come out. So they really want to win this game above all else.
Absolutely. The hardest win to get in is always the first one, right? You gotta break that seal. They'd love to get it tonight.
Into the corner, here's Henry. She backs it out, got a screen, thought about it from the free throw line. Goes to the opposite side, Lemparski. Over for Mills, the shot fake underneath. No, the rebound by Pullman, outlet up ahead, streaking. Torello couldn't handle, into the hands of Heron. She couldn't handle it either, but Torello got it back, plus a foul. 11-3, who could have imagined that kind of start?
Yeah, they got away with one there, Aiden. Little sloppy on the fast break. Laura pokes it away to Emma, who is able to get a finish and potential and one.
Torello to the line to make it a 9-point lead. Boy, could you imagine if they went out to start this game with a double-digit lead?
Definitely unexpected, but we've seen Ludlowe play better and better over these last few weeks. So this is the start they were hoping for, Aiden.
She converts, and Ludlowe by 9, just 5 minutes into this game, barely. We're trying to slow this game down. They clearly don't want to run a very fast-paced game.
Yeah, again, we've already seen 3 subs for Ludlowe. We've yet to see one for Warde. I'm telling you, depth may play an issue in this game, Aiden. And Warde takes an early timeout. What a great start.
14-3. You couldn't have drawn that up better.
A lot of game left, though. You got to maintain your emotion right here. Very important you kind of regulate your emotion. These games, I know they go quick, but they're long games when you're out there playing. Very important you maintain your stamina. Can't get too high too early. This is only the first period. Still 2:45 left in the first. A lot of game left.
.245 to play, an 11-point Fairfield Ludlowe lead. What a great start for Sarah Kinsley. It's a start that looks like one that was drawn up a while ago, but didn't come out like they could have ever imagined. An 11-point lead for Fairfield Ludlowe. They have 3 fouls, but I think they'll take that.
You're right. That's probably the only negative so far, right? It's 2 quick fouls on Bochy. Other than that, this is the exact start they had hoped for, Aiden. They're playing incredible defense, swarming to the ball. They're getting some fast break opportunities. Now they've brought some size in to try and offset the offensive rebounds that Warde has been getting. This is a great start.
14-3, the Mustangs with the basketball, trying to answer to what has been an unsuccumbable Ludlowe start. Here's a long 3. They've had a couple of those, haven't been able to connect yet. The rebound tipped away, and Torello brings it up, shoots it far side. Pullman with a shot fake on the block. Finnegan's shot was blocked. and Warde gets it back.
Gonna have to identify where Alicia is, Aiden.
Underneath to the corner and a shot fake. Here's Lemparski. 3 on the way, was off from the hands of Henry. A shot, no, underneath. It's out. It will stay with Ludlowe.
Yeah, quick shot right there, right? I like Anna's aggressiveness, but, you know, with a 14-3 lead, if the opportunity is there, you take it. If not, you bring it back out and reset things.
A minute 55, so we're inside 2 to play first quarter. The shot rolls out, and the weak side rebound coming from Lemparski. Henry will bring it up. She's been the point guard for this team, although there really is no traditional point guard for Warde. They kind of got a lot of guards playing here. Torello's going to commit the crime. Not one you'd like to see, especially since that's Ludlowe's 4th foul.
No, that was a silly foul, right? No reason to commit that foul.
It's one thing when you're really playing an aggressive game and you're in return committing a foul, but I'm not so sure that one was needed right there. Here's Henry looking for a shot and bounces for Henry. Alicia to Maya. Underneath, a block by Heron, but she'll pick up the foul. Yeah, that was not really a great foul either.
Well, you know, that time, Alicia had Laura pinned deep under the basket, right? Really in a position of weakness. Anytime you're underneath your own hoop trying to play defense, Aiden, you're at a major disadvantage. So I only don't mind the foul because you make her go to the foul line and earn it instead of giving her the easy layup.
Right. And that's one of those shots that could have gone either way. Laura did block the shot.
Yeah, but she was in such bad position
Yeah.
that the ref will reward the offensive player.
That one's off. Both teams fighting for the rebound, and eventually it's Warde. That was a rebound Kinsley would like to have back. Here's Henry. And the ball stripped away from Maya. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, one thing is for certain. Maya will have her hands full with Emma. Maya doesn't have great speed, but she's a great competitor, really knows the game well, only a sophomore. She's just going to get better and better.
Here's Carolyn Mills. Inside, the back out. Lemparski lets one fly, and finally, Warde not only breaks that little dry spell to start this game, but they were able to hit one from outside.
Yeah, and also you see it allows them to set up their pressure. So that's also something that Warde was looking to do that they haven't been able to do so far because they haven't been able to score.
They actually called that a 3. Here's Heron. They call that an air ball, as Roman unable to get to it in time, so 39.3 seconds to play, opening quarter, and we got a ball game at 14-6.
Yeah, there's a long way to go in this game, Aiden. And you know, Warde, they like to shoot the 3, so they can get hot at any time. It can be very important we press up on their shooters.
Here's Lemparski. She's picked up by Buescher. Ludlowe's given up size in a lot of these battles, but they really own everything else. Another foul. This time it should go against Roman, and it does.
Yeah,
20.6 to play, and Ludlowe commits their 6th foul.
good position by Conway. Good fight down low. Only negative right now, Aiden, is fouls are starting to accumulate.
Almost done with a quarter of the opening game of our doubleheader. The boys to follow at 6:45. Here's a 3 from near, straight on by Henry. Roman pokes out the rebound. Loose on the floor. Torello first to it, to the corner. Heron wide open underneath and lays it in. It's a 10-point lead, and Ludlowe takes a double-digit lead into the second quarter.
Yeah, great basket right there, Aiden. Good fight for the ball at half court by Emma. Finds Laura again open on the right side of the court. Nice, easy layup to end the quarter. Great first quarter for Ludlowe.
I will tell you that may be the most we've seen Ludlowe score in a quarter all season long. 16 points.
Good point.
And it wasn't really from 3. You had 1 from Buescher. Everybody else kind of got him on fast break, easy layups underneath. So you got to like the way this game is trending if you're Sarah Kinsley.
Excellent point, right? We're seeing 2 different styles right now, right? Warde shooting all 3s, whereas Ludlowe has been attacking the rim. Fast break points, second chance points, some layups. Much easier to get those layups to go down rather than these 3s, especially in a game like this, Aiden.
The thing with Warde is they're going to keep shooting 3s because Dave Danko knows eventually they're going to start falling.
Absolutely.
So you got to be wary of that. As soon as they start hitting 3s, and Ludlow's actually done a great job of defending them beyond where they normally would defend a girl because they have come out shooting. As soon as they start to hit 3s, you have to lock them down from the perimeter and force them underneath.
Absolutely. Right? At some point, they are going to get hot during this game. So you got that's why you just got to keep fighting.
16-6 as we start up the second quarter. First quarter really flew by. There was not much stoppage. 1 timeout. That was basically it.
Yeah, you're right. 1 timeout, a bunch of fouls on Ludlowe. Other than that, it was a really quick quarter.
Into the corner as we start on the elbow. It's Henry, Alicia Henry. Kind of got to use their full names at this point. Bounces from Maya, and she's picked up on the elbow by Torello. The long pass, the long entry pass. The shot misses everything. Pullman pulls it for Roman, for Buescher. Torello, feed to the corner. Heron has had a lot of problems to start this game from beyond the arc. A wrestle in the corner. There's going to be a foul committed, looks like by Laura, and that's going to be her second foul of the night.
Yeah, unfortunately, you compound the block with the foul. Now that's 2 on Laura. Again, we've seen the early trend, right? 2 fouls and you sit down. So we basically have a full quarter here with potentially no Bochy and potentially no Laura.
It's a double-edged sword because she was aggressive. Yes, she wanted that ball in the corner. This is Ludlow's 7th foul, so Ward's going to go shoot.
Yeah, in addition to the foul, right now you're sending Warde to the line for every foul. Luckily, Warde has not shot the ball well from the foul line so far. But
yeah, that's something Danko's going to really emphasize. Take every point they're going to give you. Warde's defense, while they haven't really been able to get back when they have set up, which Kinsley really doesn't want them to do, they've been great. Rebound pulled by Torello. On the elbow, it's Pullman. I'm going to reset. Inside 7 minutes to play, second quarter. Pullman on the baseline. Roman with a nice little jumper, 18-6.
that was a beautiful bounce pass by Anna, finding Madison for the little jumper. Listen, if Madison is hitting that little 6-footer, she just becomes exponentially more dangerous on offense.
We saw that a few times in that last game against Staples. The runner just misses. They haven't gotten the bunnies underneath. Warde has struggled very close to the basket. Foul shooting, as we see a foul committed by the Mustangs. It's only their second. You see them, they haven't been able to get a lot to roll when they're right underneath the hoop, and they haven't done well shooting from beyond the arc, and they haven't done well at the free throw line. So it's not been a great start. 6 points, and we're almost 10 minutes in.
You're right. Now, we saw this last year with Warde.
Yeah, that's
doubling along the baseline and along the sidelines. So you see Coach Danko trying to switch up his D this quarter, going with more of a trapping style approach along the sideline. Last year, this bothered us a lot, Aiden. Looks like so far we're handling it well.
Roman would have loved an N1 there, but she'll take what she can get and go to the line to earn her points.
Yeah, on top of it, that's 2 on Maya, right? We talked about the injury to Emily Johnson. That really limits the depth for Warde tonight. Grace Conway coming back in. It's the only sub we've seen so far for Warde. So foul trouble would really play an issue for Warde during this game.
That also tells you about their depth. We've seen a number of subs already for Sarah Kinsley. Basically, she's using her entire bench, but 2 or 3 players. Warde is not as deep. And I think it's a very reverse. Last year, Warde came in, and they were able to get all but 2-3 players in the game. Ludlowe couldn't really do that. So it's very much a reverse of how of these two teams.
Absolutely. No, every year is different.
Roman couldn't get the second to fall, but they get it off the jump ball, and she's going back to the line.
That might be 3 on Maya. Henry, I'd be curious who he calls this on. Nope, he calls it on.
It's on Alicia.
Alicia. That's her first.
But that's pretty close, and that should put Danko on high alert. Clearly, he's not sharing the same philosophy as Kinsley. Whether it's a matter of choice or a matter of necessity, you can't go without Maya.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's down 13 with a key player injured.
Exactly.
He almost can't afford to pull her off the floor right now.
In a normal situation, maybe you keep her in. 20-6, Ludlowe now by 14. The big thing here for Warde is just get a bucket. Stop the bleeding. Their defense has been all right, but it's been their offense that's been the big problem so far. Out, and it goes to Ludlowe.
Yeah, excellent recovery by Madison there. Pressed Tegan Tully right against the baseline. Really had her in a bad spot. She has been rattled early. So you see another substitute trying someone new.
Yep.
Bring in Riley Kenny. Warde needs to find some answers. Again, they're going with that trap in the corner, but Anna attacks before the trap can come.
It's going to be Ludlowe's 8th foul. They got to worry about getting to 10. You wouldn't have thought that's how they would come out, but they're up by 14. That's a plus. They gave themselves a very big cushion, and if they can keep it in the lead to double digits at half, they will be able to come out and experiment a little bit, find out who's working on any given night. That's been a big thing with the Falcons so far this season. You need to find out. Everybody has their nights. A few nights ago, it was Busher in New Canaan. A few nights later, a few nights before that against Bassick, it was Caitlin Finnegan who led with 16. So everyone has their nights, and you need to, Sarah Kinsley's battle with this all season, you need to find out who works well with who else.
Yep, absolutely right. Now you see fouls starting to accumulate on Warde here. That's the 6th on Warde. 2 on Conway, 2 on Maya.
To the corner, Paulman. Elbow, Torello. Corner again, it's Busher. Torello once again. How about a nifty entry pass, but Paulman can't get anything but backboard.
Yeah, that was a nice pass by Madison. She has great height, so she could see right over the defense. Delivered a beautiful pass.
Lofted in. Grace Conway, no. Finnegan tried to save it. Good effort, but she couldn't. Warde is just trying to, again, get points on the board.
Excellent rotation right there from Madison, Aiden.
Yeah. Warde is just trying to stop the bleeding. And so far they have not found someone who they can go to for consistent buckets. Maybe it's Conway, but she traveled. She had a very successful start offensively against Finnegan. That center matchup's very interesting to see. But one too many steps.
Yeah, I mean, Grace is probably not used to playing against a 6-footer, right? So even though she has good position right now, she's finding herself with Caitlin on her back. That's putting her in a tough spot.
Little mishap for Ludlowe. They're on a scoring lull, too.
Yeah,
it's probably the best thing about this so far, this second quarter for Warde.
Been
Ludlowe
really
has not put on points.
Quarter for both teams.
Drive down low, blew right past Paulman, but Tully can't get it. Those are the kind of baskets you just have to hit.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautiful drive. Good look at the rim. And then we answer with a 3-8, and that's a killer, right? You miss an easy layup, then give up a 3 on the other end. That really hurts.
Busher with 6. Warde trying to answer. They can't. It's out. It stays with the Mustangs. 23-6. it's a dream start for Ludlowe, but you cannot get too far ahead of yourself because Warde has the capability to come right back.
Absolutely. They've missed some shots they would normally make, and they really haven't hit. They've only hit 1 3 so far, so game could turn quickly.
Both teams are 6-8. Both teams are 4-6 in FCAC play, meaning the loser of this would at best finish 9-7, which is probably the worst you can possibly do and still make the FCAC playoffs. So it's not an elimination game. We want to stress that to you. This is not loser is out, but this is loser has to have a lot of things go right in not a lot of time.
Yeah, I totally agree. I would go as far as saying the loser is in a really tough pinch.
Underneath, blocked, and Finnegan pokes it away. It's Buscher for Summers. She want to take it herself. She can't. The rebound underneath by Mills, and that was pretty resourceful. She was able to get a foul out of the Falcons, who commit their 8th.
Yeah, she'll go to the line 1-1. Might be the best thing forward, right? Try to break your seal at the foul line.
Really, they need to just see the ball go in the net. That's such a big part here.
Absolutely. Basketball, it's such a game of confidence. You have to see that ball go through that net. Easiest place to do it, layups and foul shots. And again, they are not connecting on these foul shots. That was beautiful box out by Caitlin on top of it.
I'll tell you, Ludlow's gotten really lucky. They've committed 8 fouls. Warde's been to the free throw line 5-6 times, and they are shooting abysmally. Here's Buscher, one more. Couldn't quite get that to roll. She's got 6 so far, both off 3 balls. Warde on the other end, to the corner. Warde trying to answer with a 3. They can't, and Summers jumps up for the rebound. Buscher in transition. Here's Paulman. The spot-up air ball, and it's pulled by Henry.
Yeah, Anna just a little strong on her shots today. She's getting good looks. Love to see those start falling for her, Aiden. That's a beautiful backdoor right there. That's a great play.
That might have been Warde's first bucket of the second quarter.
It was, but that's senior on freshman, right? Just using your kind of your smarts.
It's going to the Mustangs.
Again, we're getting double teamed on the sideline. We got to know what they want to do to us. You're going to have a game plan when that ball comes to you over there, because you cannot stand there and wait for the trap to come.
2:49 to play, so we're winding down in the second period. And here's Mills, the senior captain, trying to act like one. The runner got it to fall, and they're at double digits finally. Ludlowe other end, it's Buscher. She is guarded tightly. It was poked away, and they will call a backcourt violation. A tough call there, but one that probably needed to be made.
Yeah, it was, right? And that instance, you got to keep your spacing, Aiden. Juliette was coming up the right side. She dribbled all the way over to the right where her teammate was. Don't need to dribble through this 2-2-1 press. Pass to your off guard and dribble and pass through it.
Underneath, it's Mills. Mills spots up. How about Roman going to the ground? Usually this Ludlowe team gets a ton of jump balls. We haven't seen a lot tonight, but she gets one there. Warde will keep possession, but really great effort from the freshman.
Yep, good battle by both girls. Tully, she's tough, she's strong, but so is Madison.
Mills trying to work down low. She's not doing that on Finnegan, and this time it's going to Ludlowe.
And that's probably 2 on Mills.
Oh, it is a foul, so it was not a jump ball. Looked like it might have been, and it is 2 on Mills.
So
not much foul trouble for Warde, but again, it's like we saw the other night with Ludlowe. 7 on Warde, but they're all very concentrated.
Yep, now we get to go to the line, get to calm the game down for us, right? It's been a little run for Warde, couple baskets in a row. Let's get some momentum going again.
Finnegan knocks down the first. It's a 14-point Ludlowe lead. That's their largest of the night. Fans starting to file in as we wind down in this first half. Boys game to come at 6:45. A bunch of 10-2 squads in the FC overall. Ludlow's actually a game back of Warde because their 2 losses came in FCAC play. Only one of Warde's losses came in FCAC play. So Ludlowe really needs that win if they want to be a top 4 seed tonight.
Definitely. Very important game for Ludlowe. Off to a great start, having a great season. But this would really help solidify them in the FCACs.
Elbow. 3 ball is off. They've lost to Ridgefield, and there was one other team I can't recall right now.
See, again, you got to get out of there. They're going right into the double team over there.
We haven't seen many timeouts either. That's the coaches have kind of let their girls play. But a timeout taken here. They were both taken by Ludlowe, who now leads 24-10, a minute 48 to play. This couldn't be going much better.
No, excellent start to the game. Again, though, still a whole half to play, still a minute 48 in the second period here. Important that they finish strong here, Aiden. Love to see them push this up to like an 18-point lead going into half. That really starts to alleviate some of the stress.
The best part about this first half, I think, is they've done it basically this whole second quarter without Heron and Bochy. They haven't really had a ton of success offensively, but the whole thing here is just survive. Get it to the second half. You can bring the 2 of them in and work from there, get your offense heated up again. But really, they have played phenomenal in this second quarter without Heron and Bochy.
Yeah, it's exactly right? It's been a struggle this quarter for Ludlowe as well. They've only scored 8 points. But guess what? They've only given up 4, right? So if your offense isn't clicking, lock down on D. Ludlowe has done that so far this game. They've only yielded 10 points with a minute 48 left in this first half. That's tremendous defense.
The goal here's got to be just keep that lead.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Their goal is to keep at least a double-digit lead.
They've done a good job of it so far. Hasn't been single digits in quite some time. Hasn't been single digits this quarter. They bring in a sophomore, and that's Claire Davenport. So she gets some time as Boucher has missed her last 2 threes. Underneath, Finnegan wrestles out of it. It's loose. Pullman comes up with it. One more from Davenport intercepted. The sophomore getting some good playing time here in this second quarter as a jump ball is called down low. That'll keep the possession with the Falcons.
Yeah, good hustle by everyone. All right, eventually leads to a jump ball.
Here's Torello, and she controls across the Mustang logo. See if they hold for a little bit and try and waste some time. No, they won't, because Pullman was wide open for the J, and it's 26-10.
That was a beautiful bounce pass by Emma, right? They're really extending their pressure on this zone. So sneak in behind it, which is exactly what Anna did. Emma finds her for a little bounce pass. We've talked about how Anna's been struggling so far, so move in a little and get an easier shot.
Couldn't tell if Torello was blocked or not, but either way, the Mustangs get it back with 40 seconds to play. We'll see. In a situation like this, I'm not really sure you're in a position to hold for one shot.
No, they're going to try to keep playing.
You got to use all 30 seconds there. Long 3. In! Finally, they're able to hit from beyond the arc. Just their second 3 of the night. It came off the hands of Tony Limparski. Ludlowe trying to waste some time. This is Pullman. And now you think they'll hold for one shot.
I do. Might be hard against this press, but...
Shot rolls out from Boucher. Not much time left for the Mustangs. Finnegan got all over a last-second heave. And that's how this first half ends, a 13-point Ludlowe lead.
Beautiful defense by Caitlin there. Listen, it's a 3-quarter shot anyway, but hey, don't even give it a chance.
It's also very demoralizing to be sitting there on the ground knowing you just got absolutely killed.
Yeah, it's definitely never a fun feeling.
All right, 13-point lead. We're starting to have some fun, starting to warm things up on this blockbuster night of basketball. Get you some halftime statistics and the second half, the conclusion of this one on the other side of this break, 26-13. Ludlowe leading in the girls' game here on FSN. Third quarter about to get underway. We welcome you back to Fairfield Warde High School. Aiden Blank, Scott Torello. Scott, it was a weird first half for Ludlowe because they started so great. They were down 2 players who are now both coming back to start the second half. They just managed to sneak by, and they lead by double digits. That's big.
Yeah, I mean, you know, weird is an interesting word, right? It was almost a tale of 2 halves. They got out so quickly that it was exciting, right? The momentum was with them. They were running. They were getting easy baskets. Then things kind of bogged down for them as Warde adjusted their defense. So, you know, games are always about kind of making adjustments. And you see right away they clear out an entire side for Tegan Tully. She is a lefty, Aiden, so you have to know that she wants to go left.
She's got that same ability that Roman has where she can just kill you because she's a lefty.
Exactly right. You have to know her tendency, which is to drive left. You have to force her right. Very important.
We'll see if they get Tony Limparski a few more looks. She had 6 in the first half. There are only 2 threes. Dave Danko came over to get water right near us at the half as Paulman's trapped under and finds Bochy. He said, we're 1 for 9 from the free throw line. There's Buescher's third from beyond the arc, and she's starting to get her groove back.
Yeah, listen, nice wide open 3. Great shot right there. That was a big shot, Aiden, especially after the real easy basket Warde got. You like getting one right back.
We'll have to ask her if she changed her shot because it looks like she's really... A lot of these problems have just been she's not feeling it. She starts to miss one, she's ice cold. She starts to hit another, and she's red hot. So we'll see if she's done anything to change that free throw form, that 3-point form. Here's a long one that rims out for Fairfield Warde. Although thought they had the rebound, instead there's a foul called. 3-pointer was missed by Maya Henry.
Yeah, that's a good call for Ludlowe right there. Definitely got bailed out. Juliet chased down the rebound. Great effort, but found herself caught really deep in the corner. Tough spot to be in as a player. Luckily, Tegan fouled her, and they get a nice, easy possession out of it.
Shot is off from Paulman. The rebound pulled. They push it up ahead, down low, and back out. This game feels like...
That's great defense by Annam.
Here's Heron underneath, and her entry pass. No, it's starting to get sloppy. Here's a sloppy play right here.
Yeah, but they settle down. They get the ball back.
Paulman has not been able to find her form. She's forced it a lot tonight.
She has. She's just been off tonight. Effort is still there. Great play on defense. But she's just not knocking down those little bunnies that we're used to seeing her make.
This game feels like the entree. The main course is coming up next. A long 3 that might bring Warde some life.
Yeah, you
29-18.
Want to back off her, Aiden. She's too good a shooter. She has beautiful form. Laura got the initial tip, but then backed off, and Alicia found herself kind of wide open.
I beg your pardon. This game is more like the appetizer. The entree still to come in about 45 minutes, a little less. Assuming we can finish this thing on time, which it doesn't look like we will.
Things feel tense right now, Aiden, for Ludlowe. Very interesting start to the half. You wouldn't think that from a team that was up 13.5. But sometimes it's easier to come from behind. You can kind of build your own momentum.
This is by far the largest crowd they played in front of all year, and they haven't really, because of that, had the chance to kind of see what it's like to get to not have the crowd on your side. Here's Torello, splits it, blocked. The pull for Warde and a foul. Henry was able to attract one just before she went out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like she had traveled there, Aiden. Again, ref bailing her out. This is a critical time right here, right? 4:40 left in the third. They've cut it down to 9. Could feel momentum turning. Alicia with a couple baskets early, right? Definitely the senior leader for Warde. You don't want to see her get hot.
Here's Henry. Out on the elbow, the entry pass by the fingers of Summers, but Roman helps her out and gets a block. They push it on the other end. Summers is blocked, but it stays with Ludlowe, rolled out off Fairfield Warde. For the first time since the second quarter, it feels manageable for Fairfield Warde. Beg your pardon, for the first time since the first quarter, because it's a single-digit game.
Another little bunny miss by Anna. Great hustle there.
She pulls it out, and she's done a great job. With this Ludlowe team, you don't have to be on fire to make an impact. Here's Paulman. Again, she's been ice cold shooting, but she's pulled so many rebounds and gotten so many jump balls that they're able to do that. Torello
Big
brings
basket,
it back to
Aiden.
double digits.
Momentum was turning, right? Needed that basket.
There's Eckert. Beg your pardon. That was Henry. Timeout is called by Warde. First timeout. Danko takes all night. He doesn't want to get it more than like 11. He's not making that same mistake, just letting his girls play in the first half.
Yeah, I agree with you, right? I like the timeout there. Just got it down to 9. They then have a sloppy possession and a loose defensive possession, right? Quickly leads back to 11. Not insurmountable by any means, but you want to reorganize right here. I like what they're doing so far in offense, Aiden. Really spreading out the offense and letting the girl work one-on-one in the middle of the court. So far, we have not defended it well.
We will start the boys live stream about 5 minutes before this thing goes live, before the game begins. So if it doesn't start right at 6:45, that's only because the girls' game took a little longer than expected. We may do with a good setup tonight here at Warde. And we're happy to be here for this great night. This is a Sonic blockbuster at its finest.
Yeah, it's fun,
especially
right?
the boys' game.
Everyone knows each other, right? Although you're in different schools, you've grown up together with a lot of these people. It's just a fun environment. Fun for everyone to be here. Fun for the fans. Fun for the kids playing.
Bochy, the three. How about Roman, the effort to save
hustle. Excellent hustle. Almost saved it.
She never controlled it while she was stepping out of bounds, but she had it in the air. Really good effort.
And by the way, reckless too, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, when crashing into that wall, full effort. Tremendous.
The policeman that's standing by that door looked pretty scared.
Yeah, he almost went to try to stop her. It was interesting.
Everything seems to be multiplied in this game and in these Ludlowe Warde games. The hype, the level of play, the security, the fan size. As Roman is fouled, she'll go back to the line and was able to sell it as a shooting foul. Juliet Buescher's coming back into this game, so they'll put another shooter in, and we'll see who she comes in for in just a sec. First shot in from Roman. Torello's going to take a breather. But I'll tell you, games like this just really, especially as two guys that have done almost every Ludlowe game this year, you really appreciate how far this team has come.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that it's a long season, right? So, curious who we called that out on. Nope, giving the ball to Warde. It's a long season, right? So even though they started out maybe with a rocky start, you got to keep in mind they played some incredibly difficult teams early on.
Remember, they started out 0-5
Sure,
to begin the year.
But you're talking about playing Norwalk and Staples and a Greenwich team that's been much better than people thought. So they played some really tough teams.
And this does not look like two 5-7 teams. Or
No.
two 6-8 teams.
No, it doesn't. These are both two skilled teams. Both teams that still have a lot to say in how this FCAC plays out as the season plays on.
Long three falls, and Warde is back down to single digits. It's 9.
One thing I will say, Aiden, the Warde students have shown up early. You could feel their enthusiasm right now.
Yeah, that's not a great sign. There's Summers in the lane, and Ludlowe.
Beautiful answer, Aiden. They needed that. That's how you quiet a crowd.
Ludlowe back to 11. And here are the Mustangs trying to finish things, or at least get a little closer. A big reason why it would be huge for both these teams, either one of these teams, to miss the FCAC playoffs is because they're good enough that they could spook somebody and really take. This Warde team took Staples to overtime. Ludlowe played them well through about a half. So whoever they play in the first round, it's not a bye for them. It's a very difficult game, and Sarah Kinsley and Dave Danko know it's not really a home court advantage thing because they're not at the higher seed. It's going to be, if you can get in, that's all you got to do, and then you can have some fun. 1:07 to play in the third.
Yeah, nice rebound right there by Madison. Just missed the bunny. Laying it back up and in. That would have been nice.
Mustangs will inbound. This is Tony Lemparski from underneath the Warde basket to the left side. The Ludlowe fans starting to show up, but you get the sense on a Monday night it's not as big a crowd as it could be yet. Everyone finishing what they got to do before they come over.
Yeah, they'll be here in full force.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Warde is here already, which is very impressive.
That's the MO of their bomb squad. Be bigger, better, faster, stronger than Ludlowe.
I tell you, I'm very impressed by the Warde bomb squad. They show up, they represent, they have great spirit.
We're not going to be able to see. I've already accepted that. We're going to have to call this thing straight off the laptop tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have to try to move in at some point.
Warde gets the ball back, 52.3 to play, so under a minute left in the third. Ludlowe just trying to hang on, make it double digits for yet another quarter. A foul's committed right by the scorer's table. This is not a great stretch for Fairfield Ludlowe.
Yeah, cheap foul right there, Aiden. You know, she was riding her a little, but
doing her job. She's playing defense.
Yeah, but I think the ref can let that go. It had no impact on the flow of the game.
Here's Henry. Entry pass, missed everything.
Beautiful defensive play by Bochy right there.
Here's Buscher.
Be nice, Aiden, to keep this at 13 because Warde came out with some excellent energy to start this quarter.
Paulman, back door. And they reset it. Here's Torello. Warde is really creeping out. Their defense starting to put a lot more pressure on Ludlowe from beyond the arc. They know they've got two shooting threats, even though Torello hasn't gotten one. Buscher has hit a couple.
Yeah, you see they're trying to wait for the last shot here of the quarter. About 12 seconds left.
Floater in the lane, blocked. 5 to shoot. Warde at the buzzer. Can't get it, rejected by the backboard. Buscher had a lot more time than we thought, but she got the shot off and was a little too short. So we go to the fourth, a 9-point game in front of what's becoming an increasingly large crowd.
Yeah, 11-point game entering the fourth. Only lost 2 points in that quarter. So again, right where Ludlowe wants to be. But you see, and all the students filing in front of us into the student section here.
Where did they just move the water cooler that was in front of us?
If Warde gets some momentum, you could really see the crowd play a factor in this last quarter here.
It will certainly play a factor in the game to come, which will be Ludlowe Warde and the boys basketball. We're both looking forward to it. We've both been looking forward to it after we called them in the holiday tournament because we saw how good these two teams are. You thought Warde may be a little too young, but they played so much above their level.
No doubt. Super talented, right? They have the Davis twins, super talented. a steady senior leader in Pat McMahon. Great size underneath with Joey Goulben and McKenna and Faye. I mean, they just really an impressive team, this Warde team. And again, Aiden, look what's happening to the left of us here.
They're
all the
standing
students
up.
standing up as the fourth quarter beginning, trying to spur on this Warde girls team. It'd be interesting to see if this plays a factor in this game.
And will Ludlowe buckle under this pressure? They've never had this kind of pressure before.
Yeah, it should be fun to play in this environment.
Here's Torello, 7:57 to play in the fourth. And the pass to the corner missed Bochy, but it will stay with Ludlowe.
Again, the first bucket is going to be critical in this period.
Buscher trying to get the crowd on her side. She can!
She banks it in, and they will take it any way they can get it right now, Aiden. Push the lead up to 13. That was big, right? Because we've seen them struggle in some quarters to score. So anytime you can get an early basket, it relieves that strain.
They've led by double digits at the end of every quarter in this game, trying to do the same here in the fourth.
Great
Mills,
defensive
turnover.
start. Great defensive start to Ludlowe. Warde looked confused, Aiden. I like the timeout, but they only have 2 left. Could play a role as this period rolls on.
Timeout is called. It's a 13-point game. This is getting crazy. A sellout was talked about. It is not guaranteed, still not guaranteed, but it's very possible that this game sells out.
I think it's very likely. I mean, you're talking, even if the game was to start on time, you're still talking about 25 minutes before the game's even supposed to start. The Warde section is almost filled up already.
The Ludlowe section is starting. They've had a problem all year long talking with their nest leaders. They've had a problem with getting the kids there on time. But the good thing is that in a matter of 5 minutes, it'll be just as big as Warde's bomb squad. Speaking of Warde, the Mustang girls trying to complete a comeback. They have not led since the first, actually they've not led at all in this game. Underneath, from beyond the free throw line, they bring it to 11.
Tell you what, that's a great shot right there by Millsy. If she's making foul line jumpers, what an advantage for Warde.
Here's Torello.
The only thing with the Warde zone right now, Aiden, is it is allowing Ludlowe to be very patient.
Underneath, and it's taken away by Lemparski. So Warde trying to bring it back down to single digits. With 6.5 to play here in the fourth quarter, this game is starting to come down to the wire. Underneath, they can't get it. They need to score on basically every possession at this point just to keep up with the Falcons. Here's Torello. Can't connect. That was her first 3 of the night. Paulman diving for it. And the ball will go to the Mustangs, 6:12 to play. You get nervous that Ludlowe might collapse. But they built themselves. This is where that real run they had at the end of the first quarter helps them. Because now they built themselves a nice little cushion. They can let Warde go on a 3-4-0 run and get a chance to reset without it really doing anything detrimental to the score. Inside 6 minutes to play now, and this crowd is starting to get into it. Another bucket, we're back to single digits. This is where Kinsley needs Ludlowe to turn it on. Maybe a Buscher 3 is what they need. She's hit 3 of them already. We haven't seen much of Anna Pullman. Could she be the one to take Ludlowe to the promised land here? You're right, Warde is moving into more of a zone-oriented defense, and it's so far worked.
I mean, listen, it's a lot of time left in this game to be patient. So, you know, and you see it kind of working right now, right? We have a few possessions here where we have not capitalized. Now we've given up 6 quick points. This is quickly a game, Aiden. It's only a 7-point game.
It was 14, now it's 5 with 5 to play. And this game is very much in doubt. Beg your pardon, it's now 7. A timeout very rightfully needed there by Sarah Kinsley.
Yeah, no need for Warde to panic at this point, right? No need to come out of this zone. It's lulling us into a sleep. We're being very tentative. And then when we do go to attack, we're not making good decisions when we attack. So we're in essence turning it over. So far, this zone is actually working, right? They've quickly cut the lead down to 7, 3 minutes into this period.
(36-29), 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. We haven't talked about fouling. It hasn't really impacted anybody, but Ludlowe has 5 so far. Warde has 2 in this second half, and there are 3 on Callie Summers.
You see, they changed up the D again. They're now pressing it up to half court. See if Ludlowe adjusts.
Torello trying to find an entry. Their big problem has been they haven't been able to find an entry.
No, they haven't. They've been very perimeter oriented here. It's really been the guards who have been passing it back and forth.
Buescher. No, but a rebound. That was big. They keep the possession going. Warde makes sure they don't. Other end. Spinning in the lane. To the outside. Underneath the drive from Henry, but it's lost.
Yeah, great poke away by Laura.
4:10 to play. And this Ludlowe, this nest that has started to grow, is getting into this game. Here's Finnegan, got a post move, but she can't do it. A scoring drought for Ludlowe that has only continued.
Yeah, they got the ball into Kaylin. That's where she's got to gather, take a second, and then finish. She tried to rush it. Very important defensive stand right here, Aiden.
Henry over to the elbow. 3 ball is in and out from Lemparski. Ludlow's dominated the rebounds, and that's been huge. They can run some more time off this clock, but no, a steal! And Warde makes it a 5-point game with under 3.5 to play. Here's Paulman. Torello, Ludlowe trying to get a fast break bucket. Foul committed by Henry instead of a travel call, which Danko was calling for on the Warde sideline.
Yeah, very important. Ludlowe gets a basket here, Aiden. The momentum has completely shifted.
Sarah Kinsley sitting there in utter disbelief at the collapse of her Falcons in this second half. It's been very gradual, but now it's starting to play a huge impact.
Yeah, but remember, we still have the lead, right? We're still up 5 with 3 minutes to go. You would have signed up for this before the game started.
Torello. Corner ball, Roman. You don't want her out there. You want her down low. It goes out. It stays with Ludlowe.
Gonna have to be strong with the ball right here, Aiden. Warde has fouls to give, so they're gonna be a little more aggressive.
Those are the calls you really hope for Warde. Paulman underneath, but it stays with Ludlowe. No foul. It stays with the Falcons. And again, Danko feels like he's getting robbed on these last 3 calls.
No, but they could have easily been a foul on Warde.
Paulman had a tough time controlling it, but she does, and got it
Needed it, Aiden. She's been struggling tonight. That was a big basket.
38-31, now down to 2.5 to play. This crowd is back into it. Ludlowe by 7, trying to defeat their crosstown rival. Foul committed by the Falcons. Now they're in foul trouble. It's their 6th. So they're into 1-1 territory. The Mustangs have it from underneath their own hoop, trying to get an easy basket here. Poked away by Roman, but again, if you're Kinsley, you'll take that. There was no foul. It just goes out. They get to reset. And very good aggression for Madison Roman.
Absolutely. Great D. Trying to throw it up. Good D by Anna.
She's going to get called for a foul, unfortunately. We talked about Paulman maybe coming on late and bringing this team to a win and to the finish line after she was ice cold in those first 2 quarters. She got a little bucket on that last offensive possession. She commits a foul here. We'll see if she can really take over this game, which is what they need her to do. Free throw up, free throw down for Fairfield Warde. It's down to a 6-point Ludlowe lead. But again, that first quarter really killing Warde at this point. Shot number 2 about to come from the senior co-captain, Carolyn Mills.
Yeah, big foul shots right here, Aiden. Clutch making that first one. Makes the second.
Remember how poor Warde shot in that first quarter from 3. Ludlowe trying to get it across center court. They can. It's Paulman who backs it out. Bounces for Roman. Had it taken away. Other end. Warde trying to bring it to a 1-bucket game. Ludlowe stops the fast break, but now has to play some defense.
Excellent hustle by Callie, breaking that up. They had a 2-on-1, but Callie sprinted all the way back, Aiden, and got in the way.
The inbound from Lemparski. Down to 2:02 to play. Warde does not want to let a 3 go. Those numbers are not trending in their direction. This is Henry, corner, and back out on the elbow. They've not been able to get inside. Here's a 3. Off. Roman pulls it. No, it's Finnegan. And Torello brings it across. A crucial possession for Fairfield. Ludlowe trying to ice this game with 1:38 to play. No shot clock. They could take as long as they want. Finnegan couldn't get the jumper, and a foul on Ludlowe that will bring Warde to the line.
Yeah, Caitlin got a great look right there, right in the paint. Just didn't finish it. But hey, listen, that's a great possession. So you take it.
Herron's in for Callie Summers, who picks up her 4th, so you can't really use her until the very end. That's not good because she can really drive, and if you need a basket, she might be the one you give it to.
Yeah, listen, coach has decided to go with her bigs, right, for the rebounding. But credit Mills, Aiden. That's 3 for 3 down the stretch here. Critical situation.
4-point Ludlowe lead. 1:31 to play. Mills, 4 for 4 on her last 2 trips to the line. It's a 1-possession game for the first time since the first quarter. Ludlowe needs a basket to counter this Warde momentum. Herron. Torello loose on the ground. It is to Warde, but Buescher kicked it out.
Yeah, momentum has really swung, Aiden. Boy, we could see this coming as the Warde crowd was ramping up this quarter. And now it's a 1-point game.
38-37, you couldn't ask for much more. Here's Buescher. Torello on the elbow. They got to get a basket. A minute 2 to play, and they can hold it for as long as they want. Roman. Pullman. Beautiful move, and she's going to the line.
Yeah, but that's an excellent foul. She had a layup. Great recovery by Tully. Make her earn her from the foul line.
I'll tell you, they're lucky that didn't go down for an N1. Pullman to the line. She's been quiet, but she's come on as of late. Can she get one here? Maybe 2. Anna Pullman. Off on her first, and now she just got to focus on getting the second. Pullman to the line. Huge free throw. Off again. Warde pulls and they can get a lead. Here's Henry. Underneath. She's fouled by Torello. Warde's going to the line to take the lead with 46 seconds to go. Couldn't have asked for much more for a precursor to the boys' game. To the line goes Henry, and this game is tied. First time since 0-0 they have tied this game. Off. Ludlow's done well on the fast break. Do they slow it down? Roman. Herron!
Great pass and finish by Laura. Beautiful look by Madison. Back up 2, 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left. Timeout, Danko. Herron with a humongous shot.
That timeout, Aiden, benefits Ludlowe. It allows them to match up their defense here. So
29.5 to play. Go ahead.
Although I like Danko setting something up, I also like this to Ludlow's advantage. Because they can set something up, get who they want in the game defensively, and match up, especially on the three-point shooters.
And as you can see at this point, both bomb squads are on their feet and in an uproar.
Yeah, listen, what an excellent first game we're seeing, Aiden. Hey, credit Warde. It's been a gutty comeback. Actually took the lead. Actually tied it up. But Ludlowe didn't quit, right? Beautiful pass by Madison. Great finish by Laura. You see the Ludlowe girls kind of smiling out there, Aiden. I like that, right? Shows they're loose, shows they're enjoying it.
How could you not be enjoying a game like this? And considering we have a game that could potentially be even better coming up next, we are in for a treat. 40-38 with 29.5 to play. Fairfield Warde with the basketball, playing for their lives tonight at the stable. Ludlowe is not letting them get inside. They just did. It rolls out. One more chance. That's off 2. Roman comes out and got it.
Oh, that's how you rebound, Aiden. That's how you fight. That's just strength right there, partner.
Pound for pound, Roman's the best player on this floor when it comes to strength.
Game is not over, Aiden. That's only the 5th foul. So they still have 2 more to give. This is still going to come down to making foul shots.
2-point game, now 18.5 to play. How long are you waiting is the question. Not very long, answers Dave Danko, who sends...
And that'll be 5 on Tully, so that'll hurt.
Beg your pardon, that's going to give Ludlowe the ball. It will not send Palmer to the free throw line. They need one more.
It hurts, Aiden, because she's a great athlete, right? So she really helps out with the press. So that's a big foul on her right there. Much different with bringing in Conway or Kinney. Much different speed and athleticism-wise.
This is the kind of game that the team last year for Ludlowe would have won, that the team this year just hasn't been able to get in the win column. And it really feels different tonight. Ludlowe playing in front of likely the biggest crowd they'll play in front of all year. and they are performing right up to the standards that Sarah Kinsley is expecting them to play up to. So the 5 on the floor, it's Buescher, Torello, it's Pullman, Roman, and the inbounder for Ludlowe, who we still can't see. That's how crazy this has gotten. We're calling this off a monitor. The inbounder, hang on a second. The inbounder's Heron, so it's Heron and Buescher, Roman, Pullman, Torello. They go short. Torello's going to the line. Weeks ago, she missed free throws that could have tied the game against Trumbull, a game they lost in overtime. Weeks later, she's going to the line potentially to win this game for Fairfield Ludlowe.
Yeah, huge foul shots, Aiden. But guess what? You still have the lead. Hopefully that calms you down a little. All right, you're up 2, 15 seconds left.
Torello. Yup. At the very best, Warde can tie.
Yeah, huge.
One more basically makes them have to shoot a 3 here. 2 for 2, and that may have done it. Warde's got to go. They got to go fast. Ludlowe trying to trap. The screen set. It's Henry to the basket. Can't get it, but she's fouled with 7.4. She's going to shoot. It's Ludlowe's 9th foul.
Believe it or not, Aiden, still a lot of time in this game. You're still going to have to make more foul shots. This game is not over.
Both boys' squads are anxiously waiting to get on the floor, but they're also anxiously watching this game, hoping their school can get just one more win in that Ludlowe Warde column.
They are. You know what was great right there, Aiden? The entire Ludlowe team's in the corner here cheering on those made free throws. You got to love that.
Missed free throws. You told us in the beginning of the broadcast that was a problem. They were 1 for 9 in the first half. Warde was.
Coach Danko said it to us at halftime, right? They were down 13, but he was 1 for 9 from the foul line.
Down to a 3-point game. Buescher's got it. She is fouled, and she can go maybe ice it with 4.9.
It's still a 1-and-1. There's still time. So you got to pay attention here. Now, we can't lose. That's the good thing. But you got to guard everyone.
Warde has 1 timeout. If she misses this first, you would think Danko immediately uses it to set up the offense. Buescher got it.
And that'll do it, Aiden. Great win tonight for Ludlowe.
43-39. The second is going to be icing on the cake.
And now the Ludlowe crowd wakes up too, Aiden.
Second one, just as good.
Clutch free throws down the stretch for Ludlowe. What a great win.
What a gutsy win for Fairfield Ludlowe. They take down the Mustangs and essentially eliminate their crosstown rivals from FCAC competition here in 2020.
No doubt. That is an elimination game. Very difficult to recover from this. Excellent game by both teams, Aiden. Hey, listen, Ludlowe got out to a terrific start. Credit Warde, never quit. Kept fighting the whole game. Tied it up with a minute left. That was unbelievable first game we just saw.
A 5-point Ludlowe win, and again, these are the kind of games that the team last year would have won, that the team this year just hasn't been able to finish. Much like the Trumbull game, or a few others that you can count. And it feels great, especially for a Ludlowe team that has struggled down the stretch, to finish.
Yeah, no doubt. They should feel good about this one. And you know what? They got 5 games left. Maybe they win all 5 of them, Aiden. It's doable.
As big as this game is, though, you got the night to celebrate. But you gotta, if you're Sarah Kinsley, you have to get your team in a good mindset to go against Danbury. Maybe this win is what they needed. beg your pardon, Darien, because Darien is an almost bigger game. If you can go 2-0 this week, one more win and you're in.
Darien, they're very talented as well, Aiden. Terrific athletes.
They knocked off Trumbull earlier this season.
Yeah, they've had some terrific wins so far this season. They're right in the mix for the FCX as well. So that is a huge game for both teams.
So we're going to say so long. They put 25 minutes on the clock. So in about, we'll call it 15, we're going to get the boys' game underway unless they decide to put more time on the clock. A crazy night, a crazy finish. We're just going to stick with you so we can let you know how much time till we're back on the air. Or not. We'll call it 25 minutes. Check back then. If not, stick with us. We'll be on moments after that. 44-39. I would call it the best win of the season so far for Fairfield Ludlowe in a week that is really important for these Falcons. For Scott Torello, our cameraman, Nolan McCormick, I'm Aiden Blank. What a finish in Game 1. We will see you for a battle of 10-2 squads in the boys' game, game number 2.